There once was a man and woman. They wished for a child for a long time, but they never got lucky. But finally the woman was expecting a baby. These people had a small window on the back of their house where they could see in the garden of a fairy, which was full of flowers and herbs from different kinds, but nobody was allowed to enter. One day, the woman was standing at the window and looked down. She glimpsed at the wonderful Rapunzel salads on the patch. She was craving for it and got miserable knowing not to get any of it. Oh, if I cannot eat any of the Rapunzel from the garden behind the house, so I have to die! Who left her thought it would cost an eye and went over the high wall one night and in a hurry stole a few Rapunzel salads for his wife. The woman made straight away a salad of them which she swallowed immediately. It tasted so good that she wanted 3 times more the next day. The man saw that she won't rest about it and went back to the garden. But he became frightened when the fairy showed up in front of him, insulting him, how he dared to come into the garden and steal the Rapunzel salad. He apologized with the pregnancy of his wife and how dangerous it would be to deny her something.
I will be content with it and allow you to take as many Rapunzels as you want, but for exchange you have to give me the child your wife is keeping inside.
When the woman gave birth, the fairy appeared. She named the small girl Rapunzel and took it with her. Rapunzel became the most beautiful child under the sun, but when she became 12 years old, the fairy caged her in a high tower of outdoor stairs. There was only a small window on the top. Whenever the fairy wants to get in, she was standing on the ground and shouted,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
But Rapunzel had magnificent hair, dainty as fawn gold. When the fairy called, she unleashed the hair, wound it around the window hook, and the hair fell 20 cubits down, and the fairy climbed on it to the top. One fine day, the prince came through the forest where the tower was. He saw the beautiful Rapunzel at the window and heard her singing with her sweet voice and fell in love with her. Because there was not a single door in the tower and the ladder was high enough, he became desperate, but he went every day in the wood until he saw the fairy which spoke.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
But he finally saw how to get into the tower. He realized well the spoken word, and at the next day in the dark, he went to the tower and spoke. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. There she unleashed her hair, and when the hair was at the bottom, he fastened to it and was raised. Rapunzel was scared first, but soon she liked the prince so much that he should come every day and shall be raised by her. They lived happy and with joy for a very long time. The fairy did not recognize the thing until Rapunzel said to her, "Oh, please, mister, my clothes got me too tight and won't fit any longer."
Oh, you godless child.
She recognized that she was betrayed and became furious. She took Rapunzel's beautiful hair, wrapped it a few times around her left hand, took some scissors and bit her, and the hair was cut. And Then she abandoned Rapunzel into the wilderness, where she lived miserably. After some time, Rapunzel gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. At the same day, she abandoned Rapunzel. The fairy attached to cut hair at the hook. When the prince came, she let the hair down, but how the prince was astonished when he saw the fairy instead of his beloved Rapunzel. The prince got his breath and instantly dropped himself off the tower. He survived but pricked out both of his eyes. Sadly, he wandered through the woods and ate nothing but grass and roots, and was crying. 2 years later, he got into the wilderness where Rapunzel lived miserably with her children. Her voice was so familiar, and in the same moment, Rapunzel recognized him and flinging her arms around his neck. 2 of her tears fell into his eyes, so they went clear and he could see again as good as before. And they lived happily ever after. Maybe, maybe not, hopefully.